everyone, welcome back to It's English Ocean. In today's video, we'll be discussing 4 modal verbs: can, may, must, and shall. If you don't know what modal verbs are, let me tell you. These are auxiliary verbs that express possibility, ability, permission, etc. Modal verbs are an essential part of English language and are used frequently. So in this video, I'll be explaining you how to use all these 4 modal verbs. Now, the goal of the day is never let the sadness of your past, fear of your future, ruin the happiness of your present. And before starting the video, I would like to inform you that I have my Instagram and my Pinterest page, so if you want to connect with me there, I'll provide the link in the description. Go check it. Now let's begin. So, first of all, I'll be telling you about can. So, first of all, can is used for permission. For example, can I borrow your car, please? Next, can is used for possibility. For example, this can't be possible. Next, it's used for ability. For example, I can speak Italian, but I can't speak German. Next, for request, could you call me back later? Next, it's used for doubt. Can you do this? You're doubting this person that can that person do this thing, do that particular thing. Next, it's used for astonishment. You were surprised by that person's behavior or action or whatever. For example, she can do this. You were surprised that she can do this. You haven't imagined that person will do that thing, but it's done now. So these are the 6 situations in which can is used. It's used for taking or giving the permission, actually taking the permission. And it's used for possibility, it's used for ability, request, doubt, and astonishment. And the major difference between can and may is that can is used for informal. Can is kind of more informal, but may is more formal. I would say that may is sometimes more polite than can. Now let's come to may. May, as I said, is more formal. So its first situation in which may can be used is possibility or probability. For example, Alex may come to a place. So there is a probability that Alex may come. Next, it is used for permission. You may go out until midnight. So you are giving the permission. You may go out until midnight. Next, it is used for politeness. May I ask you something? So you're being really polite here. May I ask you something? Instead of just saying, can I ask you something? If you'll say, may I ask you something, it will be really polite. Next, it is used to express a wish. May you live long. So you're wishing that the person should live long. So it's to express a wish. At last, it is also used to make a request. For example, you could take an example. Can you do this for me? Sorry, not can actually. You can say, may I borrow your pen? So you're requesting. Next, let's come to must. So must is used where there is firm necessity of something or there was a requirement for something. First usage is for obligation. You're obliged to something, you have to do that thing. For example, I had an accident and now I must go to the police. So you must go. There is a necessity, there is a requirement that you must do. You must go to the police after you had an accident because you have to inform everything, what happened, how happened, whose mistake it was, to the police. Next, it is used for probability or you can say assumption. For example, she doesn't stop reading. That book must be fascinating. So you are assuming that if she hasn't stopped reading till now, so that book must be fascinating. There is something in that book. Next, as I told you, it's used for firm necessity. For example, you must go to the school today.
So there is a necessity, that there is a reason behind that you must go to school today. There is a big reason. Next, it can be used as a substitute form of, or you can say, instead of just saying to have to, you can just put must there. Instead of saying you will have to show your passport at the airport, you can say you must show your passport at the airport. So it's replacing to have to. You can say have to, and it's showing a firm necessity also. Next, it's used for logical conclusion. There is a logical conclusion behind that you made a mistake, and now you're just saying that I must be sleeping. It's a conclusion. I must be sleeping. You can't just take out anything out of it. I must be sleeping. So there is logical conclusion that if that particular mistake is done, the conclusion is you were sleeping. Now let's come to shall. Shall is used to express strong desire or intention. Actually, it is something that will take place in future. Shall is always used to depict that kinds of things. For example, first of all, it's used for order. You shall complete the painting by tomorrow. So here it's the future. The order is given to be done in the future. You should complete the painting by tomorrow. So it should be completed by tomorrow. It means that that particular painting should be completed in the future, and it is an order. Next, it is used for proposal or suggestion. You can say, shall I turn on the heating? So you're suggesting that, shall I turn on the heating? Now, next is already told you, it's for future events. For example, the train shall arrive tomorrow noon. So the train shall arrive. It shall arrive tomorrow noon. So there is a strong desire. There is a strong feeling that, of course, it shall arrive. There is a necessity that it shall arrive tomorrow noon. Next, it is used for advice. For example, you should get some rest. You look tired, so it's kind of second form of for shall, should. And the same you can use, instead of just saying can, you can say could. Now it's also used for threat. You shall submit the money by tomorrow. So you're threatening that person, like that person should submit the money by tomorrow. Now at last, it's used for obligation. For example, the tenant shall make payment on every third day of a month. So it's an obligation, it should be done. So the tenant shall make payment on every third of the month. So guys, now I hope that can, may, must and shall are completely clear to you. I hope this video has helped you to improve your grammar and English speaking skills and writing skills, of course. So if you liked the video, don't forget to put a thumbs up. If you liked my content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.